So in this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about knife sharpening. There are three necessities to making an oboe reed, right?
Yep.
One is a very sharp knife. Two is a very sharp knife, and three is a very sharp knife. So there's just no better way to kill an oboe reed than having a dull knife. And typically, when things are not going so well for me at the reed table,
Me too.
for whatever reason, it usually has to do with the fact that my knife isn't sharp enough. So we're going to approach this from a really basic direction, using only a sharpening steel. There are many stones out there and techniques for using stones, and that's it can get kind of complicated. We're going to just go from the assumption that you would need a stone if your knife had gotten really dull and you need to reestablish the edge, rebuild the edge, so to speak.
Right.
So for the basis of this segment, we're going to assume that your knife is in pretty good shape, just needs to be kept sharp. And this is a really great way of maintaining the edge on a knife. My technique is to have the steel parallel with the floor and create angles with the knife. So we want to be careful not to create more angles than that, so that you have then too many variables, which would be putting the steel up like this and then creating angles. Now I've got several angles going on. Keep this parallel and create the angles with the knife. So for general reestablishing a sharp edge, I'm going to think of coming towards me at one angle and going away from me at a higher angle. So let's call this 35 degrees. This means 35 degrees up. Then I'm lifting the knife up towards the edge, and I come towards me from heel to toe in a very straight motion. I don't want to round. Yeah, right. I don't want to round down like that. So we're keeping parallel with the steel. And then I'm going to go from heel to toe in the opposite direction at a higher angle. So if let's say that was 35, I'm going to now think of maybe 45. It's really sharp now, and this is, this is something you can carry around with you easily. It's not too heavy, it's not too big, it's not messy, and it's quick. So you can use it several times during the reed making process. Right. So that's our basic tutorial about sharpening your knife, keeping your knife sharp. It's a really important aspect about making oboe reeds, and will guarantee more success if you can keep your knives in good shape.